Alright, so if you're watching this video, you're watching because you're wanting to see a video on how to make an extremely powerful hammer, the Giant Crusher. And it's called that for a few different reasons. One is it's huge, two is it's huge, and three is that it does a bunch of damage. You're gonna need a lot of strength for this, so be warned. You're going to need at least 70 strength to wield it properly unless you're two-handing it. And you're going to get the weapon at a camp. But there is a tree spirit. The camp is right down here on the map. Right there. And you're just going to want to come up here and take them out. Just pretty easy. But there's going to be a tree spirit that pops out. And after you get them, you're just going to want to, it's going to be in this little caravan thing up here. You're just going to want to jump up here. And it should be either in here or in another one. Oh, hold up. This might be the wrong caravan. But well, it's not the wrong caravan, but I've already gotten what's inside here. The Giant Crusher should be right inside of here. And, yeah, that's pretty much it for getting the Giant Crusher. But how this is going to work is you're going to be using a lot of different talismans. Here, I'll show them to you really fast. So first, you're going to want to be using the two-handed sword talisman, which boosts the attack power by 15% when using a two-handed weapon. Then you're going to want to be using the Blade of Mercy, which boosts the attack power after a critical hit. And then you're going to want to be using the Fire Scorpion Charm because our Giant Crusher will be using the fire affinity. And then you're also going to want to be using the Axe Talisman for the charge attack bonus, which will be pretty much what we're doing. And because the attack is going to be using a charge attack. And then we're going to want to have a seal to cast our buff spells. And you're going to want to level up to plus 25. And then about armor. You're going to want the Helm of Solitude, the Armor of Solitude, and the Gauntlets of Solitude, and the Greaves of Solitude, because they give a small bonus to damage. I believe it's 2% per piece. And you get that from a mausoleum, which is down in the DLC, down right... where is it? Oh, yeah. It's going to be in the mausoleum called the Western Nameless Mausoleum, kind of where near the starting area. And you'll just be able to pick up this pretty cool looking armor, but you'll have to defeat a pretty hard knight. For the Fire Scorpion Charm, it's going to be right here at Fort Lade. And then for the Blade of Mercy, that's going to be right here at the highest tower and the Scorched Ruins. And then I'm sorry, I'm forgetting the name. It's kind of embarrassing. Okay, so, and then the two-handed sword talisman will be in the Templetown Ruins. And then you will also, the Axe Talisman will be in the Mistwood at the ruins in the center. For Physic, we will be using two different tiers. One is the Opaline Crack tier, and the second is the Fire Shrouding Crack tier. Both of them can be found in the base game, right in Caelid, down here. They will be both found, or not both, but they'll be found first at this minor Erd tree, which is where the Fire Shrouding Crack tier will be at. And then the Opaline Hard tier will be found at this minor Erd tree here. Both are in Caelid, so if you're ever in Caelid, that's where you're going to want to go. And then for the hammer, sorry, not the hammer. For the ability, which is called Royal Knight's Resolve, which doubles the attack power of the next attack, which in this case will be this charge attack there, which will do like around, oh yeah, that's right, it'll do 7,000 damage, which is pretty high damage. Unless you're using some other buffs. This is for beginners because it's just going to take a few easy steps. One is with Golden Vow, which you don't need too much faith for. 2 is for Flame Grant Me Strength, because it's a flame incantation. And 3 is this ability here, which will double your attack. There are a few other things you can add to it, but we don't really need to do that. And then for the physic, I already talked about that. So now we're going to talk about the stats that you're going to need, or that you're going to want for it to work well. You're going to want 60 vigor, and this is if you're level 200 at least. But if you're level 150, what you're going to want to focus on is vigor, which I have 60, mine 25. Endurance is 50 because it's a huge weapon. Strength is 86 or lower, but it needs to at least be 70. Dexterity is 16 because we don't really need it. I don't use intelligence, so none of that. Faith for our buff spells and nothing of arcane. And then for Great Runes, we're going to be using either Godric's Great Rune or Morgott's. Morgott's is for HP, and Godric's is to raise all attributes, which you're going to need because it's going to help scale well. And the only thing that the Giant Crusher really scales in well, though, is with sorry, I'm stuttering. It scales well with strength. It has an S scaling in strength, meaning that it's very strong when it comes to strength, because it'll just be buffed a lot, and if it's buffed that much, then it's going to be an amazing weapon. So it's already doing 250 physical, 230 fire damage, and but yeah, it scales well in strength and decently well in dexterity, but horrible also in dexterity. So we don't really need to level that up because it actually doesn't add much, even though the game is saying that it will. Alright, so let's talk about the incantations. For the first incantation, will be found at Fort Gale down here. It'll be right behind Fort Gale, like around right here. And it will be guarded by 2 fireheads. And then our Golden Vow will be found on Mount Gelmir, right at the... Hold up. The ninth Mount Gelmir campsite. And Fire Scorpion Charm is also here, so if you're ever over there, then you can stop over there. And yeah, that's about it. But when I'm going to just show you how much damage this can do in one hit, because it'll do a lot of damage, especially if you have all the buffs. So I'm just going to get over to I believe there's a troll over here. Hold up, let me just find him really fast. Okay, never mind. There's no troll here, so I'm just going to go to Radon. Actually, let's not go to Radon because he's too hard. Okay, so I've defeated every boss in the game except for Radon, the hard Radon, not the easy one. So let's see what we'll do about that. I'm just gonna show you on. Oh, yeah, I'll just show you on this troll down here. Alright, so first we're going to get the Royal Knight's Resolve. Second, we're going to two-hand the weapon. Third is Golden Vow. Fourth is Flame Grant Me Strength. And also Physic. And then we will go in and we will charge attack him. And that hits for 7,000 damage. Or more, depending on how good the hit is. Or if you're hitting a weak point. So, very good weapon. There's another buff that you can get. It's pretty hard to get though. It's at this, it's right, and this is only if you have the DLC. It's going to be down at the temple, or sorry, not at Temple Town. It's going to be at the Ruins of Unt. It's called the Blood-Sucking Cracked Tear, and it will increase your damage by 20%, and it will do around 13,000 damage if you're using the Giant Crusher. And yeah, this is a extremely powerful weapon, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please remember to like and subscribe because it helps my channel. And yeah, bye.